Well, thank you all. So excited about tonight. Welcome to the Nubian Queen Talk Show. All the single queens, women. This is a show about single women engaging in a candid dialogue regarding their dating experience and expectations from a partner, aiming to articulate their desires and deal breakers in a prospective relationship. This is the open discussion for all the queens on the show on tonight. For each individual to express their perspective without judgment, without looking at them strange, and recognizing that personal preferences vary, and there is no universal right or wrong answer on tonight. Okay, so I'm so excited to introduce you all to these beautiful queens that have come on tonight, and they're going to introduce themselves and we're just going to enjoy this candid conversation. So, the first one I'm going to bring before you is Queen Tiffany. Yeah, I'll mute your mic.
Let me see. Hello, everyone. My name is Tiffany. I am a ghostwriter and author. I am the mother of 4 boys, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Miss Yolanda.
And thank you, Queen Tiffany, for being here on the show. Thank you. Okay, next we have another beautiful queen to come before you, and y'all gonna absolutely love her as well. And so we're gonna have the actress, Queen Kimberly.
Well, hi everyone. I'm Kimberly Newsom, and yes, I'm an actress and a producer. And Yolanda is my homegirl. I love her, and thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you. And next we're gonna have the beautiful Molly Bates.
Hello, everyone. My name is Molly Bates. I am an author. I'm a mother of three. I do a lot. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I want to say. So I am the owner and founder of Girl Get Up, Get Dressed, where I mentor women on how to show up in a room, no matter what life challenges may happen in their life. I still
Mm,
encourage them to show up because we just have to, as women, we just have to show up. And what else I do? I do makeup. I'm a wardrobe
mm-hmm,
stylist, woman in
mm-hmm.
ministry and marketplace. Um, yeah, and I love. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, Queen. And we have Keisha Robinson.
Blessings, blessings. So I'm Keisha Robinson. I'm a business owner and creative entrepreneur in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm a mother. I have one daughter, and I'm also a technical director at my church for the media team. I really enjoy that. I'm an executive producer for various organizations and platforms. Thanks for having me.
Amen. Okay, there you have it. So that's our set of queens on tonight. So now we're going to get ready to bring them forth. And I want you all, y'all know how we do it on Nubian Queen Talk Show, right? We always invite you all to comment. We want you all to ask questions. We want to hear what you all have to say on tonight. So y'all chit chat with us. I mean, have fun with us and enjoy them on tonight. So here we have the queens getting ready to come forth. Woo! Hey, queens. Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you all on tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started with these questions, queens. So we want you all, as guests, y'all go ahead and share this live on tonight. This is going to get juicy. It's going to get good. It's going to get spicy. So y'all go ahead and share this live. Share with your family and your friends. We want as many people to come in and check out this live. We want y'all to ask questions. We want y'all to comment, chit chat. We're going to share your comments and things of that nature on the show on tonight. So let's go ahead and get started with these questions, y'all. I'm so excited to get ready to ask these queens these questions. So, queens, so the first question I am going to ask you all on tonight is, what is a romantic date for you? So I'm gonna start with Queen Tiffany. Tell me, what is a romantic date for you? There
I'll
you
go
go. Come on.
first.
Yes, ma'am, Queen Tiffany, talk to us.
Um, okay. Well, I'm very simple. So
Uh-huh.
for me, uh, on a romantic date, I would prefer something intimate, where I can
Hmm.
get to know that individual, such as
Yeah.
dinner, a nice dinner. Um, walk at the park near the water, things like that.
Hmm.
So I look for um, a date where I can actually get to know him, versus going
Yeah.
to the movies, because when you're in the movies, you're around other people. So something where
Right.
it's engaging, you know.
Mm,
So something simple.
that's good. That's good. Queen Kimberly, talk to us. Tell us, what is a romantic date for you?
Okay, so a romantic date for me would be almost the same thing that Tiffany said. However, um, I'm pretty outgoing, and I like people to, have fun and,
Hmm.
just let go. I'm
Let
kind
go.
of competitive, so I like amusement parks. I like arcades where we can play games and things like that. Cause you know, I think people tend to let go, and it's not so much pressure on them to to I guess it's not so much pressure on them to be perfect, because what people want to talk about perfect date, and I don't think there's such thing as a perfect date, but I think that's what I like. I just like to have fun, and I just want that other person to have fun. I'm competitive. I want to see if they're competitive. Like, challenge me.
Right.
See, hey, give me a challenge. I want somebody I can
Hmm.
run over. So.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So Queen Keisha, talk to us. Hold on, Queen. There you go.
Okay, thank you. So I'm kind of a mix of both. Like I like
Mhm.
nice, romantic, intimate, dinner, a nice dinner. I like,
Mhm.
I like the fun stuff, like shooting pool, go karts,
What?
like just fun, adventurous, like ATV riding, like I'm into
Oh,
I'm into all of it. Like I like, I like to be able to dress up, but I like to, be able to, dress down and just go have some fun, go canoeing or something. Um,
oh.
as far as getting to know them, I definitely want to do it, like how Tiffany was saying, like, not at the movies and, things like that, but more so over dinner, nice walk, sit by the water and talk, like go to the
Mm.
beach, relax, something like that. I think it's really, really nice.
Oh, that's nice. Queen Molly, talk to us.
So I want to be romanced. Like I want to be romanced. I
Uh-huh.
want business. I want the dinners. I want
Uh-huh.
it all. I feel like
Mhm.
romance is like you got past the getting to know part. Now, romance
Uh-huh.
is like you're courting, you getting like y'all there, y'all getting to know each other. So now it's time for the romance. I want the flowers, I want the gifts, I
Mm.
want the balloons, I want the cheesecake just because. I want the fluffy slippers. I want somebody to go get, I want that type of, I want those type of dates. Even if it's just a picnic, I want the picnic. I just want to sit by the water. I want it all.
Mm.
I want it
So you
all.
saying, listen, it don't have to be expensive, but it can be thought out. Like put some thought into this thing. Like don't just come up and just show up. This. Let's put some thought into it. Even if it don't be expensive. It's just a thought that matter. I love it. I
Yes.
love it. Okay. So y'all, we talked about that because I love someone who actually take out the time. You're going to take out time with me. I mean, romance me, because we know as women, we're stimulated by our mind. And so when you can get to our mind, is you got everything else. So you at least take out that time with us, because once you get that, you got it. So I want to ask y'all a question. So Queen Molly, I'm gonna bring you back up one more time. We're gonna talk about these list 3 qualities of a king. So list 3 qualities you look for in a king. 3 qualities you look for.
Number one is confidence for me. Well, I would say
Ooh,
that's number two. Number one for me would he have to have a relationship with God. I can't
come on,
compromise that. The second
come
part would
on.
be he has to be confident in who he is, because I don't want
Yes.
to, that friction or because I'm coming, I need you to be
Uh-huh.
confident in what you do. The third thing, I would just need somebody that's really has a nice heart and have like, you know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Like I don't have to worry about certain things. Like I need his heart, him to be compassionate to the things that
right,
I'm compassionate about. And that
right.
varies from season to season, but I guess that's another question.
That's okay, so Queen Kimberly, tell me, list 3 qualities you look for in a king.
Um, I would like for him to be disciplined.
Mm,
And in saying that, I, I want a man that can refrain from certain things. So it takes a certain amount of discipline to do that. Because we have so many men out here. If anybody offers them anything, they can't refrain from it. It's just like
mm,
it's like they can't control themselves. So I would have to say discipline. And plus, I'm prior military, so that means a lot to me. And
yes.
as well as I need a man that's not afraid of commitment.
Mm,
Many
that's
men are
good.
afraid of that, and so um, and I guess if there had to be another one, I want to put these two together: kind and generous. And generous doesn't mean that it's money or it's financial. Be generous with your time.
Mm,
Be generous with your touch, whatever it is, be generous with that. Because whatever you give me, I'm gonna give it back to you.
ooh,
And I'm gonna give it back to you maybe 200% because that's what I believe in. So those are my things that I really do want in a man. The characteristics.
I love it. I love it. Queen Tiffany, tell us, what are your list 3 qualities you look for in a king?
Okay. I have a few, but I'll name three. For me, number one, I would say he definitely have to have a relationship with God. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I look for consistency and
Mm,
honesty.
wow.
Honesty. That's very important. Honesty. Hmm.
Mm, that
So
is
those are the
good.
three. But I have more.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, Queen Keisha, come talk to us. List 3 qualities that you look for in a king.
Okay, so man of God first.
Uh-huh.
Um, Secondly, a man of integrity, and
Mm.
third, um, I would say a man of wisdom. And I want him to be kind too. So I had to throw that fourth one in there.
I know that's right. Okay, y'all. This is another good one. So this is one of these things that you don't find a lot of them, but they are out there. So, do you need a man that can cook and clean, and why? Do you need a man that can cook and clean, and why? So, Queen Kimberly, I'm coming to you. I told you I was gonna move it around, make it interesting for y'all. So, talk to me, Queen. Tell me.
It would be nice to have a man that can cook and clean. However, it's not required for me because those are some of the things that I love to do. Um,
Mm.
I was married for 26 years to a soldier, so that was that was like the main job for me. Even though I
Mm-hmm.
worked, I got degrees and all that, but I had 3 children to raise. A lot of times alone, but for me, that's something I grew up doing, cooking, cleaning. That's something I love to do. However, let me tell you, it's an added bonus if you can have a
Yes.
man that likes to cook and clean. Matter of fact, I probably shouldn't be saying this on there, but I'll just say it's a turn on for me to see a man cooking, like cooking, cleaning, and
Ooh,
I
honey.
joke with my friends about this. I was like, girl, that's hey, if there ever was a porn that I ever watched, it's a man cooking and cleaning. That does it for me. Okay, like
Oh.
it does it for me. Like I, it means a lot. Like they really get in good if they can cook and clean and those things. It's just an added bonus, I think.
Hmm. I love that. And you see how I know we see this on TV. I've never had this personally. Okay, that when they cook and they say, "Here, baby, you want some of it?" and you just, they put that spoon to your mouth and you just.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I'm a little extra. So I'm waiting. Listen, I'm waiting for that moment because I see it on TV and I want some of that. Okay, so Queen, um, Keisha, talk to us.
Um, yeah, he doesn't absolutely have to be able to cook and clean, but it is nice, when he can. I cook, I clean. I have a cleaning company, so I've been cleaning for 15 years. I've had my company for 12 years, so I know how to clean. So if he doesn't, it's fine, but it's definitely um a relief, when
Yes.
someone is able to, take care of certain things around the house. I would love for him to be handy. If he can't clean, at least be handy.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to fix stuff. But as far as cooking, I love to cook. I can cook. My daughter can cook. So if he's not a great cook, I'm sure he'll learn. While he's around here, like good when if he's with me, he's gonna learn how to cook. But
Wow.
like Kimberly said, if he can cook, it is definitely an added bonus, but it's definitely not a requirement.
I love those answers. But okay, now we have another question for you all. What do you need from a man? Because there's a lot of men that's out there with these very, you know, women that got it all together. They know what they want, they know what they need, and they're coming into this relationship with you, and they're trying to figure out where am I going to fit in this lifestyle with you because you've been by yourself for so long. Because y'all know how us women are. We've been independent. We've been taking care of their children. We've been running errands. We've been working, paying all the bills, and it's like, what do you really need in a man? What do you need from him? So help us out. So I'm gonna jump around. So Queen Keisha, I'm coming back to you. Tell us, what do you need from a man?
Hmm, that's a good question.
Uh-huh.
So like you said, being independent for a while, I definitely want. Hmm,
Mm-hmm.
I want to. Okay, so I definitely want or need. I need to feel safe with him.
Ooh.
Need to feel like I can follow him. Like I want him to be a leader. Like I want him to be somebody who hears from God. Um, I want someone and need someone to be good with my daughter. And I need him to have vision because
Okay.
women, we're nurturers, so we want to nurture
Mm-hmm.
the vision that he has. So
Oh,
I want, I need that as well,
oh wow.
and love,
You said a
and
lot.
love, love, respect. I can name more things, but
Right.
I want to give other queens time.
Woo, honey, you just stole my heart there. All those are really good. So, Queen Tiffany, come talk to us. What do you need from a man?
I need someone that's ambitious, who have
Mm-hmm.
goals. You have to have a plan. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this, I mean, this, I'm not gonna say it's a requirement, but I would like someone who is energetic, who likes to smile, um,
Mm,
has a sense of humor. Just balanced.
yeah.
Um, so it's a few other things I could actually name, but like Keisha said,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. With what she just said. It's just so many different things you can actually name. But for me, he has to have a plan, have goals, and just be ambitious. You know.
Right.
So
I love that. I
I'll leave
love it.
space for the other ladies.
That's that. Thank you, Queen. I love that. Queen Kimberly, what do you need from a man?
Um, like the other sister was saying about vision, I do. I need him to be a visionary. I need him to have purpose. And in doing that, I would like him to speak things unto me, nurture it,
Mm,
and help it come to pass. I want to build something. Like, I know that I have a lot, but I want a partner. I want
right.
a partner. I want to build something. I want us to, support each other in any way that I can. Anything in life. I think if you have your partner, if you support each other, I
Mm-hmm.
think you can't help but to achieve what you're trying to seek after. And lastly, because I went so many years without it, I'm looking for it, and I want intimacy. So many people who
Right.
don't know what that is, they automatically say, "Oh, that's sex," and this, that, and the other. That is not.
Mm-hmm.
Intimacy is where you're able to communicate without anything coming out of your mouth. Like,
What?
what that other person is thinking. You know what that other person wants to say. It's like you connect on another level, and um, that's one of the things. That's another thing that I want.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, Queen Bill. Okay. Okay, we talking about the intimacy part. Okay. Now you took me there, hon. I was like, okay, I can see us staring at each other eyes, just looking at one another and not even having to say a word. I mean, just like you just want to eat me alive. Like, oh my goodness, eat me up. Oh, I love that. Okay, Queen Molly, talk to us.
Me, honestly, I feel like I need to be able to submit to him. Like, I need
Hmm.
to be able to feel safe enough to submit to his vision,
Right,
um, financially. I
right,
need to be able to trust him financially. I
mm,
want to be able to trust him with not
right.
only his vision but my vision because he is to lead me. I want to make sure he's a
Mm,
good leader. I need him to lead me. So that's his job, to lead me. I also, in my family, my children, I need him to have a love for children because the way I love my children, I
come
need him to
on.
have the same compassion that I have for my children,
Right.
um, or similar. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to trust him.
Oh my
That's
goodness, y'all, this is so good. Okay, I'm gonna ask y'all this question right here. I love this question, y'all. We know you all want a husband. This is a good question. But do you want someone in ministry or someone that loves the Lord in the marketplace? Because we know if they're in ministry, they love the Lord. We know if they, but some people say, I don't want someone in the pulpit. I don't want a preacher. I don't want somebody who's going to be in church 24/7. I want someone that's in the marketplace that love the Lord, that when I go out in ministry or work or whatever, they know how to pray for me. They know how to pray me through. They can pick me up in the spirit realm, and then some people want a man that's in ministry that they can pray, they can preach, they can open up the Bible and dissect the word of God. So anyway, I'm gonna stop right there. So I'm gonna ask y'all the question. Queen Tiffany, I'm gonna start with you with this question. We know you all want a husband, okay? But what do you want? Someone in ministry or someone that's in the marketplace?
If I can be honest, it really doesn't matter. Simply because he's doing ministry. It's like wherever God would have me to go, that's where I want to go. A lot of what I do is outreach, and I love ministry, so I'm okay with either one. But if I really had to choose, I would say marketplace, because I know the responsibility of being a pastor's wife is really great. From what I've seen, and I've never walked in those shoes, but I know it's weighty. So if I had to choose, I would say marketplace. But it really don't matter, because it's wherever the Lord want to take me. I'm willing to do that.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna leave these questions. I'm gonna leave these up to y'all because I want to say something about that one. But I'm going to take it to Queen Kimberly. Talk to us and tell us what your thoughts are.
Well, I'm gonna say the marketplace. There are several first ladies in my family, and I see the amount of commitment that it takes to be a first lady, and I'm gonna say marketplace because they're in my career field. I'm doing a lot there.
Right.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to do both, and I feel like I would have to make a choice if I had to become a first lady. I have to make a choice, and I'd have to change a whole lot about myself, and then I would probably have to deal with a lot of criticism from people that say they love God, and they say you all already know, but yeah, my choice on that would be the marketplace. Yeah,
I love it. Queen Molly, talk to us.
So I've been battling with this one. So I thought I did want somebody in ministry. I'm not gonna say I don't, but I think I'm more leaning to the marketplace like these days. Only because, like the rest of the ladies said, like the commitment, and we need balance. We need that balance. Every ministry is a lot. I'm in ministry, and it's time consuming. It takes a lot of you need to, have that stress reliever. Like, somebody gotta not be all in. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. But whatever God want to do, I'm gonna leave it up to Him. But my heart is leaning more towards marketplace. Oh,
I love
my
it.
Watching
It's just one of those things. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I had a discussion with the woman of God, and I asked her the same question, and I just automatically assumed because she loved ministry, she's in church, and and I was just talking to her, and I was like, well, I want to ask you a question. Do you want a man in the church and ministry, or do you want someone in the marketplace? And she was like, oh no, I want somebody in the marketplace. Because I do ministry already, and I don't want sometimes when I'm praying, he praying, and when I'm not praying, he want to pray, and then he getting a call at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and if somebody come into my pastor, and if she said I'm not there yet, because pastor, and she just listened, and she was just so transparent, and I said, you have to know what you want, because some of us have desires. I want a pastor for a husband, but until you get them, then you realize, that may not be what I really want for real. Give me a man of God that knows how to pray, that can pick me up in the spirit, that has a vision, that knows how to go out there and get it, and we all working together and taking the Lord with them, and not just, ministry is good. I'm telling you, it's good, because it's nothing like a man of God picking up that Bible, opening up, dissecting it. You have a question about the word of God, and he breaking that word down. Oh my goodness. I'm just saying, but some people, they have their preference, and this has been good, y'all. So we're gonna take us a quick mini break, and then we will be back with you in just a moment.
Verbally Creations is proud to introduce the Renewed Mind in Christ Conference, a 3-day event focusing on marketplace ministry, mental health awareness, mindset shifts, and deliverance. Join us Friday, June 21st through Sunday, June 23rd for an immersive experience. Secure your seats now for this transformative gathering.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Dr. Tish here. Make sure you get your tickets for the Renewed Mind in Christ, June 21st, June 23rd at ferventlyevents.com. Ensure that you use promotional code WEUP50. That's right, WEUP50 to get $50 off your ticket price by May 4th. See you soon.
Woo! Listen, that conference right there is going to be really, really nice. Okay, queens. So we are back again. So y'all, welcome to all the single queens, women on Nubian Queen Talk Show. We have been having some fiery discussions. We've had some nice answers, the answers that come through about the marketplace and what you want and don't want in a man. And I'm just telling y'all, these questions, these answers have been so good. So y'all, I want to kind of change it up just a little bit. So let me ask y'all this question. And are you open to dating someone younger? And what is your age limit? In other words, when we're talking about someone in the that's interested in yourself, and they, maybe a little younger, maybe a little older. Tell us what is, like you say, oh, this is just a cutoff right here. Like, no, this is too young, or this right here is just too old. So talk to us, Queen Tiffany. Tell us, are you open to dating someone younger? And what is your age limit? Like, where's your cutoff? Where's your cutoff at?
Well, I've never really dated no one younger than me. Too much younger than me. If I did date someone younger than me, it would have to be around between 37, 38, somewhere around there. Nothing much younger than that.
No, okay, 38. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, I was kind of back and forth between 37, 38, wondering like, well, what is too young for, because I'm 45. So
yes. And look good.
Yeah. And I've never really dated no one younger. So, but if I had to choose, I'll go with 30. Let's just go with 38. Because I kind of
you go with 38.
Yeah, let's just go with 38.
Okay. So you said, okay, he can be 4 years younger, but not 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go with it.
Okay. So what if you get someone, a king, that come up to you and he's in his 50s, 60s, 70s? Is there a cutoff?
I wouldn't want nobody 60 or 70. For me, I would say 55. And that's the only 55 is good.
That's good. 38.
Like I said, I'm always what God wants, but 55.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Queen Kimberly. Talk to us and tell us what because we all look young. We all look like we're 35 years old. So tell us what is your age?
I get asked this question all the time because I'm 52 years. Well, I'll be 52 next month, and I get approached by a lot of younger men. So my cutoff, I'm just gonna throw a number out there. My cutoff would probably be 45. Even though I've been approached by some 40-year-olds that have their stuff together, and it's kind of hard to say sometimes. But then when you know, ask them, hey, well, you know, you're 40 years old, you probably want kids. I'm not having any more kids. Like, I have 3 college graduates. I don't, I'm not. So, you know, I think those are some of the questions that you have to ask yourself when you're wanting to date younger men. Is okay, if I'm gonna date this man, am I dating him for a future, or I mean, because you gotta want to know that. Like, does he have babies? Are you willing to be, you know, taking care of babies? Like me, I don't want anybody that has babies because my babies are grown.
That's
I'm
good.
ready to enjoy life. I don't want to have to worry about babysitter. That's the only reason why I won't get a dog. I want one so bad, but I have to put them up every time I get ready to travel.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's I would say maybe 45 is the cutoff for me. As young as I would go, but as old as I would go, maybe 57 or 58, because like I said, I'll be 52 next month. So
That's good. I love it. I know Queen Tiffany, um, we got your answer, but I'm gonna go to, let me see, Queen Molly. We're gonna come to you because I want to know, what are you open to dating someone younger? And what is your age limit? And and I do want to ask the question. I do want to come back and ask you all the question, like what is the youngest that y'all have dated? Although we're older, like what is the what is the youngest that y'all have dated? So I'm gonna come back to y'all. So, but Queen Molly, tell me, are you open to dating someone younger? What is your age limit? And if you have dated someone younger, what was their age? And talk to us. Tell about your experience with that. So I know it's two different questions, but talk to us.
Okay, so I'm 34,
Uh-huh.
and
You're beautiful.
honestly, it depends on the maturity level. I have
Mm-hmm.
dated somebody that was 27, and well,
Mm-hmm.
dated someone at 27, but he was mature as a 40-year-old. Like he was network marketing. He had everything figured out. Maturity wise.
Mm-hmm.
And I also dated men as old as 50.
Ooh.
So there you have my answer. Youngest, it would have to be much. He could be younger than me, but he have to have the mindset, that I'm looking
Right.
for.
Right.
But I have dated somebody as old as 50, and I'm 34, so.
Okay. Now, hey, you doing this right here. Tell us about that experience with that 50, with that 50. Like, what was the difference between dating someone who's 50, and someone around your age range? Like, what was the difference in that?
Well, older men, they want to take care of you. They take care of you a little bit
Mhm.
different. They pamper you in a way. Like you don't
Right.
really, well, from my experience, they like to do things for you. Younger
Mm-hmm.
men, they feel, it's like you pulling teeth. You got to teach them kind of like, how
Mm-hmm.
you want to be taken care of, which is nothing wrong with that, because there's nothing wrong with teaching a
Right.
man how you want to be treated. But I feel like with
Right.
maturity, with a man that's older,
Mm-hmm.
he's already have had that experience. He already know what he wants. You know what I mean? Like, that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
I'm not opposed to dating someone younger, but I also have
Mm-hmm.
dated someone older as well, younger and older. So.
Mm. I like that. Queen Keisha, talk to us. Glad to have you back. What are you open to dating someone younger? And what is your age limit? Like, what is your cutoff? You just say, no, I just cut off right here and right here. Talk to us about that. There you go.
So I would say maybe just like a few years younger. I'm
Mm-hmm.
38, so maybe 35, 34,
Uh-huh.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but if God sends me somebody who's younger than that, and if that's the man that God has for me, I'll look past, I'll look past that because it's not, the most important thing. Um,
Right.
I like what Molly said as far as the maturity level.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope God would send me a mature man.
Uh-huh.
um, so yeah, I'm not. Uh, I definitely wouldn't. I wouldn't prefer anyone in their 20s still, because that
Right.
for me, I wouldn't prefer that. But
Mm-hmm.
um, I would say just a few years younger would be my preference if they had to be younger. But I
Yeah.
don't recall dating anyone younger than me. So
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. Okay, y'all. So I have another question. I have another question for you all. So I know I was supposed to be going back to y'all to asking you all about the youngest age. So I'm gonna go back to the youngest age, like Queen Tiffany, just real quick. What is the youngest that you've dated? What's the youngest man that you ever dated?
2 years younger.
It's 2 years.
When I was much younger though. It was just one. Yeah, he was about
Uh-huh.
2 years younger. And to be honest, if I can piggyback on what Molly said,
Uh-huh. Go
I've
ahead.
dated a lot. I've dated a lot of older men,
Mm-hmm.
and I think, to be honest, the younger one, he took care of me. He did
Ooh.
for me. Did various things for me. The older ones, I'm gonna be honest, some of them can be immature. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I think it's like it goes back to the mentality of the individual, because you have men
Mm-hmm.
that are in their 50s and 60s that's still trying to be down, I think it varies nowadays. That this
Right.
day and time that we're in, because you have some younger men that are very mature for their age. So
Right.
again, whatever God desires for my life, then I'm open to it, whether it's younger or older.
Uh-huh.
However, I don't want anyone past a certain age limit, of course, but if the Lord say so, then I'll have to
Okay.
yield to it. But yeah, so
Uh-huh.
again, it doesn't matter, young or old, it's the mentality. So I just wanted to add that.
Thank you for that. Queen Kimberly, what is the youngest that you've ever dated? Because we know you got a little bit of age on you and stuff, but you still look young. And I know you've had those young men coming on to you, trying to date with you. But did you ever say, let me try it out? And what's the age?
Well, 12 years younger is the age that I tried to date this young man, and he was good. It's just that I think because he wanted different things is to why
Right.
it just wouldn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And about the older men. Now about the older, there are some men that know how to take care of a woman. They really do. A
Right.
lot of older men. However, there are some men that are set in their ways. A lot of older men have been hurt in the
Mm.
past. They may have been in long relationships, long marriages, and
Mm-hmm.
so they're not over that, and so they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep my money. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep that. This that, and the other. Nobody asked you for any money. Like, dude, you need to drop that. Like, so it's just different things. However, now I can honestly say, like, I did meet. I have met some older men, or my age, or a few years older, that
Mm-hmm.
um, are very kind. They do know how to treat a woman. They're
Mm.
romantic. Um, they just know what to do. They know what we like, and
Mm.
so I can honestly say that there are some of those older men still out there, but it's a mix. I just think men will be men. It's just a mix. Like we said, we can't tell. I ask God, like, God, just send me everything that we talked about, everything that I said. This is the type of man I want. But I was like, God, please make it clear though.
Come on, I'm
I
trying to
don't
tell
want to be.
you.
I don't want to be guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it clear. But that's all I have to say about that.
Okay. All right. Queen Keisha, talk to us. Tell us, what is the youngest that you've ever dated?
So,
Okay.
like I was just saying, I can't recall dating anyone that was younger than me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I typically, um, typically in my past, I've dated normally like either a few years older than me or maybe 5, 6 years older, 7 years, something like that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so my my max would probably be maybe 9 years, 8 years, something like
Mm.
for older.
Okay. But I'm gonna come right back to you. So have you ever been on a weird or bad date? And if so, tell us a little bit about that weird or bad date.
Okay. So something that comes to mind uh,
Mm-hmm.
is there was a young man who he seemed cool. You know, I was getting to know him, and he took me to a restaurant. The restaurant was nice, but he
Mm-hmm.
was rude. He was rude to the waiter, and
Mm.
that was a huge turnoff for me. I was like,
Right.
this date is like over in my mind already because you rude to the waiter because
Right.
they didn't come over quick enough. And I was like, so he's impatient, he's rude. I'm
Mm.
done. You know, I politely, you know, just sat there. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to proceed with anything after that. I didn't want to talk to him
Right.
on the phone. I was just like, he's not it. So
He's not it.
that was a long time ago. That wasn't anything recent, but
Right.
I even knew back then. You know, there's certain things I'm not gonna settle for.
Right. I know that's right. So Queen Molly, tell us, have you ever been on a weird date? And if so, tell us a little bit about that date.
Well, for me, I never been on a weird date, but it's just after the date. They just get a little
Uh-huh.
too fast and a little frisky for me, you know? I I was gonna be
Ooh.
honest, okay? It don't be
Uh-huh.
it's never the date for me. It's always after
Uh-huh.
the date. It's like, what
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not, I know I might look a certain way, but I'm not really that way, you know? Like I just it's
Mm.
hard really for dating like now, like the 27-year-old guy I was talking about, like he was such a good guy, but he was too
Right.
fast. Like he was moving too fast for me and too fresh.
Mm. Right. Too fresh. Do you think that because some men think this is just some, not all. They think after they've taken you out on a date that you owe them something. Like, because I took you on a date and I spent $50 on you, $100 on you, I have an expectation now. Do you think that may have
Absolutely.
been what it
And
was?
absolutely. And
Mhm.
I feel like we as women, we have to set the standard. We have to change that
Right,
narrative because they're like that. They think, and I'm
right.
like, baby, I pay for my own food. Like, you want your money back
That's
because
good. That's good.
I ain't about to lay down with you for a meal or a hot meal. Like I go
Ooh,
food, I came to get to know you. I thought you wanted to get to know me, what I'm about. But you want to see what the other stuff is about. And I ain't, do
right.
that.
Oh,
Those
that's
kind of
good because I like that you said that because it just makes me think that um yeah, there's something that I owe you after the date. And now you have an expectation, you know, of me. And so when we go out on a date, do you think, Queen Molly, that we should have our own money so that there would not be an expectation? Like, 'cause some people think, because it's just one of those things. Because I heard somebody say, well, he invited me out on a date, and so if he invited me, he should pay for the whole entire meal, right? And I was on TikTok, and this young lady went, yeah, he invited her out to eat, but she pretty much ordered everything that was on the menu. Like, who does that? And did not eat half of the food. She just ordered. And he was like, I don't know who's gonna pay for because I'm not. But I just want to say that. But I'm asking this question. Do you think that when you're first dating, when you're just getting started with dating, do you think that it's good and it's good for you to just pay for your own meal, or ask the guy if he can pay for it? Like, what is your take on that?
So you know what I do when I go on when they invite me on a date with them,
Uh-huh.
I let them order my food. What do you think I should
Ooh.
have? What do you suggest? Because you're the one
Mm.
paying. So and they
Wow.
pick the food and they pay for it.
Mm.
But yeah, I think you should have your own money at all times, just in case things get a little rocky. Towards the
Right.
end of the date, you be able to say, well, thank you for your services, but no thank you.
Uh-huh.
If you want them, most times they won't take the money because it deals with their ego. You know,
Ooh.
kind of like put them down like she's really a woman and I can't treat
Mm.
her anything less than. So they respect you a little bit more. But,
Mm.
because and then they come back like, you know what, I was wrong. Well, I was wrong about that, and they apologize. Whether they go forward from that or not, it's up to
Right.
y'all too. But they do get to see something different. I think it's up to us women to change the narrative on how men view us. They can't do it on their
Right.
own. They're
Right.
visual people. They want to see, like, their goal is to see what's under the
Right.
dress. Eventually, that's what they
Right.
want. They like
Right.
intimacy. Like our beautiful sister, she spoke about intimacy. Like,
Ooh.
it is a different level of intimacy. You got to get into their mind. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, you really got to caress their mind in a way. Like I always say, you
Mhm.
got, like, you talk about kings and queens. You got to capture the king. You got
Mm.
to. I'm not gonna say too much, but that's how
Yeah.
I do. I always ask the man. I want him to, even if it's a buffet. If we go,
Mhm.
I went to a buffet, a really really nice buffet recently. It was so nice.
Uh-huh.
I let them pick my food for me. Because it's not like I just think it's a way of them to feel like they got it like
Mm.
that. But yeah,
I
just
know
want
that's right. I'm gonna have to try that one. Like you order for me. I'm gonna try that with my husband. Baby, you order something, you just order. He can look at me like, wait a minute now. I haven't been ordering your food. You funny, you particular, but that is good to let them thought they are in control. That's
But they
nice.
usually
Oh,
ask
that's
like,
good.
what do you like? Like they'll ask you something
Right,
like, do you like chicken, fish, like to
right.
try? Yeah, I think
And
so.
and if they invited you on that on a date, they probably have been to that place and they probably know what's real good on the menu. So that is something good to try. I like that. So Queen Molly, talk to us and tell us, um, if you were to go on a date, do you think it'd be good to bring the money with you to have your own, or are you are what is your take on it when you're going out on a date? Do you think it should be like half and half? You bring your own money, or he should pay? Tell us
I think he should
your opinion on
pay.
that,
He's a man. I believe that he should pay, but you should always have your own just in case.
just
When
in
the,
case. Okay,
the check
right.
come
That's
and get a little confrontational that
uh-huh.
you can pay for and you can go home. You don't want no
Yeah,
trouble in these establishments. You want to get up out of there and peacefully. You should have
right.
your own money, but he should pay. And I think most times we can vet a man enough. We should have vetted him enough to know that
Uh-huh.
what type of man if he's going to pay, if he's going to give us any problems. I don't believe in
Right.
going on dates prematurely either. Like
Right. Okay. So I have a couple of the queens here saying you should have your own because you never know what might happen. So that's good. And yes, they say you should have your own. So I agree with that. Have your own. And this is another question, queens. So this is aside from what I was going to ask you all. Do you think that if you invite him out on a date, that you should pay? So Queen, look at she look at Queen Tiffany. She like, So if you invite him out on a date and say, well, let's go out somewhere. I mean, you just think about going out on a picnic, or even if you don't go to the restaurant, well, hey, if he come to your place and y'all go out to eat or something like that, do you think that you should pay, you should take care of you inviting him to go out to eat or someone with you, even if it's just not out to eat, but if y'all going like to a game or see the movies or something like that, and you ask him, well, let's go out tonight, would you like to go out, let's go, do you think that you should pay?
You
Queen
asking
Tiffany.
me?
Yeah, Queen Tiffany, I'm sorry, Queen Tiffany, yes ma'am.
Oh, okay. Um, I don't have a problem with that. Because normally I But I have had experiences where he denied it and said, don't worry about it, I'll pay for it. So
Right.
I don't mind. I don't see anything wrong with paying because I enjoy
Mhm.
doing that. I enjoy taking care of the one that I'm into or the one that I'm with. So
Wow.
I don't see anything wrong with it. It's okay. Because
Oh, wow.
you got to look out for each other. It's all about looking out for one
That's
another.
right.
If he invite me out, I would expect him to pay. I'm going to be
Mm,
honest. Yeah. So I when I date someone, and I invite him out, he invite me out. I just look for just being, it should be mutual. I mean,
right.
because I can't date no selfish man.
Oh, okay. I can't
I
do
don't
it.
want to
Can't
date
do
anyone
it.
that's selfish because I'm a giver.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I can't. So and back on what Molly said. When she brought me back to an experience I had when I was younger. It was a
Mhm.
girlfriend of mine who was going out on a date. Her
Mhm.
the guy she was going out with had a buddy, and so it ended up being a double date. I was about 18,
Ooh.
19 years old. So we go out to
Mhm.
the restaurant, and after everybody ordered and ate all their food, they left. They snuck out the restaurant, and we sitting there looking like, okay, they like, who gonna pay the bill? So so that
I'm
experience
done.
alone, it took me at a young age. You want to have your own money, but
Yes.
being much older and wiser now, like I said, when I go out on a date, I would expect, that if he invites me out to pay for it, especially being a
Right.
gentleman, that's something I
Oh.
feel like they want to do,
Oh.
so yeah, that's just my take on it.
Oh, you know what? When you said gentleman, that took me back
Mhm.
to Chivalry and So Queen, the actress, Kimberly. We talk about chivalry. What is your take on chivalry? Like, men that's really just take control on a date. Tell me because we know you're the older one out of us all. Talk us and tell us about chivalry.
Well, we talk about gentlemen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, gentlemen will open a door for you when you're getting
Uh-huh.
out of a car. They're going to open that door for you when you're going in an establishment, you're going out of an establishment. And I
Mm-hmm.
have two grown sons. And so, as
Mm.
boys, they
Uh-huh.
used to fight over who was going to get the door for me. Because
What?
that is how they were raised. Like, you see a woman coming, you see, then that is what you do. And
Right.
so those things are important to me. Now I can understand if we're rushing to get somewhere. Yeah, I'm running out the
Uh-huh.
door. You're running out the door. Yeah, but if we're going out, I'm looking good. You looking like, look, come on. At least play the part for me. Come on now. But dating older gentlemen, the majority of the time, it just happens. They're going to do it because they take pride in doing that. Like,
Mm.
first of all, they're not wanting somebody to see them not doing it,
Right.
but they really take pride in it. Now, some of the younger guys, you might have to say something once or twice, but they'll
Mm-hmm.
get it if it's important to you, then they'll start doing it. And
Mm.
but yeah, I it's just something that I love seeing because it's as
Right.
though they they're into me. They like, look, they want to take care of me. That's taking care of a
Mm-hmm.
woman because you're showing them, hey, I want to be with you. I want to be a man's man. Like, look,
Right.
these are things that I do. So, I look forward to that happening when it does, because my dad always did it as well for us as kids. So I guess it's just something that I look for.
That's good. I have another question. I'm coming to you, Queen Keisha. And so this question is, would you approach a king that you're interested in? Let's say if you were in a grocery store, you're shopping, and you're like, he looks nice. He don't have a ring on his finger. Would you approach him? Or what if y'all was in a social setting? Would you approach him? Have a conversation with him? You're interested in him? She's shaking her head like, no, Queen Keisha. She's like, mm-mm. I'm coming. Okay. Okay, so let's come back. Let's come back to you. So, Queen Molly, okay, would you approach a king that you are interested in?
No. I gotta say that boldly with my chest. No.
No, you
I'm
wouldn't.
gonna look from afar, but I don't think I'm gonna approach. I don't think I have that in me
Mhm.
to approach a man. Nah.
If you're interested, in what would be some of the things that you would do to let them know that you're interested? Like, would you kind of like give them the eye? Would you look at them a few times, or, would you be in the other side of the room looking at, making eye contact? Like, what would you? I mean,
I would definitely make myself visual. Like I would be
okay,
visible to his eye. I would
yes,
definitely, walk past a few times,
okay,
but I don't think I would
yes,
actually put my mouth like, are you seeing anybody? Like I don't think I can do
uh-huh,
that. I would do something to have to open up conversation with him. Like I don't, if we were in the same room, I would definitely
uh-huh,
like, oh, I like something, I like your sneakers.
uh-huh.
Or I would compliment him, but
Okay, okay,
I would definitely compliment him,
yes,
but I don't think I would pursue
uh-huh.
past him. If that makes sense.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's like we'll have small talk. So I would just want to start and have a conversation. Hey, how are you? You look very nice. I like your shoes. But you wouldn't just go out and say, wait, are you, they, or maybe just have a conversation and say, oh my goodness, this music is nice. I love this atmosphere, things like that. So is that what you're saying? Like you would have a
Yes.
conversation,
Have
but
a
it won't be like
conversation.
trying to have a
Yeah.
really,
And then
I get
usually,
it. Yes.
yeah, I'm sorry. But and then after that, usually they'll like, you look good, girl. And I'm like, you do too. And then they go from there. But if not,
I like
then
that.
I never like, cause I don't know. You just never know. But I don't want to I wouldn't want to put myself out there like vulnerable like that. Because if I expose myself like that, then he had no intentions on, what if his heart wasn't pure or wasn't in a place of like how my heart was, and now he's looking at me like, ooh, I wasn't thinking about it. I'm in a relationship, but she look kind of good, but she's coming at me. So you know what I mean? You never know how the men think, and it's like now they're coming at me, and then now they're trying to be something that they don't have to be. So I feel like a man will let it be known, like I'm interested.
Right. That's good. I love that. Queen Keisha, I'm coming to you, Queen. Now let's talk. Would you? I know. I almost know what you're about to say because I can tell by the way you were shaking your head. Like, So would you approach a king that you're interested in? Would you even have small talk with them?
So I wouldn't approach him. A moment ago, my screen was frozen. That's why I couldn't respond. But I would not approach. I feel like it's the man's, like it takes away the, that pursuit for them. Like they want, men are, like that's their job. Like they let them, do the pursuit. I like what Molly was saying, as far as, having conversation. I might not necessarily start the conversation. I might, but it just kind of all depends. Like if we're at the mechanic shop, and we're the only two people waiting on our cars, and I may not be, having the conversation just to, just because he's handsome or anything like that. But, I'm a friendly person, so if I just, said, I don't know. I probably won't start the conversation. Now I'm thinking about it. I may not start. I don't know. It just, I guess, all depends. It depends on, what's going on. But I've never pursued, I've never pursued a man. I would rather them,
Mhm.
show their interest if they're interested.
Mm.
If I notice someone constantly looking at me, and
Right.
I feel that he's attractive, then I
Mhm.
might smile. If he smile, I smile. Okay,
Uh-huh.
something like that.
Mhm.
But as far as pursuing a man, I won't. I
That's
don't feel
beautiful.
comfortable doing that. I don't
Right.
feel that, I don't feel that the women should be, going after the men, because then, kind of like what Molly said, it's like, once you go after them, now they're like, well, she came at me, and it's like
Right.
you already, then you crossed that, you already crossed into that threshold now. So
Mhm.
I would rather just be pursued personally.
Okay. So I'm gonna flip the question. So I'm gonna change it to another question. So Queen Tiffany, here we go. Do you believe in love at first sight? And do you think it's possible to be ready to marry in 3 to 6 months?
Okay. So I believe that I've heard people say, hey, when I first saw her, when I first saw him, I knew that was the one.
Uh-huh.
So I've never experienced love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible? I
Mm-hmm.
believe it's a possibility.
Uh-huh.
I've never experienced that. As far as saying,
Right.
oh, I'm in love with this, I've never experienced that. In regards to marriage, I think it's okay to propose within 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to really get to know that individual, to build a
Mm-hmm.
friendship. I don't see anything wrong with getting married within a year or getting
Right.
proposed,
Okay.
getting engaged within 6 months. But again, it's up to the individuals. It's up to the
Mm-hmm.
individuals because everybody is different. Um,
Uh-huh.
and again, I mean, I know people that got married within 2 months and they still together after all,
Mm.
so
We're
many
still
years.
together. Right.
Yeah, they still together. So I
Right.
believe there's no time frame on what God can do. So I'll put
Mm.
it that way. Because from man's perspective, we would say 2 months and 6 months is too soon. But when
Mm-hmm.
God brings something together, He does all things well. So I
Oh,
will
come
say,
on.
as long as the two individuals have their stuff together and they know what they
Uh-huh.
want, because if you have two people that know what they want and they go into that marriage right, I believe it can
Mm-hmm.
work because I believe in
Right.
the power of God and I believe that God can do anything. Again,
That's
if I
right.
meet this one and I know that it's God and he know that I'm sent
Mm-hmm.
from God, I would
Mm-hmm.
get married within 6 months because it's God and not
Mm-hmm.
me. So,
Right.
so
Right.
Mhm.
that's the difference. So yes,
That's good.
that's my view.
All right now, Queen Kimberly, because I do have a question. I do have another question for y'all, but I'm gonna ask you, Queen, do you believe in love at first sight, and do you think it's possible to be ready to marry 3 to 6 months?
I don't believe in love at first sight.
Uh huh.
I don't. I mean, you can be in lust at first sight, but I don't believe in love at first sight because you
Uh huh.
absolutely know nothing about that person and what they're about.
Mm.
Um, However, I would I wouldn't get married within 3 to 6 months. I just wouldn't.
Hmm.
Um, Now, what Tiffany said made me think about it.
Uh huh.
She made me think about it, but um, I would like to get to know somebody a little bit more.
Right.
And,
Uh
and,
huh.
I, and yes, I do, in my own opinion, in my own belief, I believe that it does take time to really get to know someone.
Mhm.
I don't want to be getting to know somebody while I'm married. I mean, we all get to know people when we're married. We can't know everything about somebody, but the basics. Um, there may be a lot of differences and a lot of things that um, that you would have probably, had you known, you probably would have never gotten married. And I just feel like it just takes time sometimes. So no, I wouldn't get married within 36 months. I just wouldn't.
That's good. You know what? I have a question. I'm going to come back to you all. And Queen Kimberly, you pretty much answered that question earlier. And I'm going to come back to you all in just a moment. Y'all just hang tight.
Verbally Creations is proud to introduce the Renewed Mind in Christ Conference, a 3-day event focusing on marketplace ministry, mental health awareness, mindset shifts, and deliverance. Join us Friday, June 21st through Sunday, June 23rd for an immersive experience. Secure your seats now for this transformative gathering.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Dr. Tish here. Make sure you get your tickets for the Renewed Mind in Christ June 21st, June 23rd at ferventlyevents.com. Ensure that you use promotional code WEUP50. That's right, WEUP50 to get $50 off your ticket price by May 4th. See you soon.
Every time I see that video, I'm like, oh my goodness, this thing is going to be so good. Okay. Would you date a king with children? So we know some of those kings are going to have children, right? But will you date him if he has like 3-year-old, 10-year-old, 13? Queen Kimberly, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna come right back to you because we had this discussion earlier. You said it, and you was like, no, because I want to, So tell us, give us some insight about why you would not want to date a king with little children.
Well, I have no issues dating a king that maybe has teenagers, but little babies, I really don't want to go back to that. I don't. I'm at a point in my life where I don't have a lot holding me back. So when I get ready to go somewhere,
right,
I like to travel.
Right.
I'm an actress, so I'm always on the go. And I just don't want anything holding me back. I don't want to have any regrets either.
Yeah.
So the little kids and kids love me. They love me. They absolutely love me. And I love them as well. But to be responsible for little kids, that's not something I want to do at this point in my life. However, if they're teenagers, fine. Teenagers, yeah, teenagers can get up and go with me, or go with us. You can take them wherever. But little kids, yeah, that's just something I don't want. I'm getting ready to be a senior citizen.
Okay, I love that. I love it. So, Queen Molly, I'm coming to you. Would you date a king with children? And the question, we already know Queen Kimberly don't want any more children. So we know you are still young and tender. So would you date a king with children, and do you want any more?
Yes, I would. As I love children, I really do love children, and I want to have more. I want to have maybe 1 or 2 more. I have 3 already. Yeah, I would date a man that has children, but it can't be too young. Like 1-year-old, 2-year-old. I feel like that's too early to be even thinking about a relationship. Like you need to get that stuff in order first. Right. Maybe between like 4, 5 and up. I'll date somebody that has children that age. But if it's not, I need for that to be in order. I need to, because I care about women too. I don't never want to be with a man that's have a 1-year-old, because I don't know how that woman might be feeling. Like I can deal with that in my conscience, knowing I'm with child's father, and you may be going through postpartum depression. You know what I'm saying? He's with me and my kids, and I don't need that. I don't need that. So I need you to be able to take care of her. Even if we're not together, that needs to be she needs to have already went through her healing process, if that makes sense, before I can even, and I have to see that. I have to be able to see that she is healed. She's okay with you,
Right.
moving on. But if it's a little bit of baby mama drama because she may not be
Yes.
healed, a lot giving
Yes.
birth. And I want to make sure that, I'm not the type of woman that wants to see other women hurt. I'm not that
Right.
selfish. I can like you, I can love you, and all of that. But if that's not in order,
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see myself doing it. Like that's just
Right.
it's like a pet peeve for me. But yeah.
Oh, oh my goodness. I love that. And so I do want to thank you for saying that. And we're talking about pet peeves, okay? Because that was one of the questions that I do have. So I do want to go back around. I do want to ask that question about what is y'all pet peeves? Like what is y'all deal breaker in a relationship? You just say, listen, this is just something that I personally would not tolerate. I don't want it. This is just like something that I would just call the whole relationship off. So talk to us about that. Queen Keisha, I'm gonna go with you. What is a deal breaker for you?
So definitely someone who lies is a deal breaker for me.
Mhm. Mm.
I someone who has addictions to like smoking, drinking, like things that I'm not into because I
Right.
would prefer someone who is a man of God, who has a
Right.
strong relationship with God. So,
Mhm.
if he doesn't have the fruits of the spirit, um,
Mhm.
it's very likely that he'll be, doing those things, like I mentioned, like lying, cheating, someone who is um, I don't know, serving false gods. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Certain things are a deal breaker for me.
Mhm.
So mainly lying. That's a big one for me. If
Right.
I can't trust you, if you're not honest, it's just
Mm.
not gonna work.
Okay, I'm gonna go around to the panel. Queen Tiffany, what is your pet peeve and what is a deal breaker for you?
I can definitely agree with Keisha. Lying, cheating. Um, I don't like a disrespectful man because
Mm.
my thing is if I'm coming into agreement to court you, I am looking for you to care for my heart.
Mm.
So that's that's the turn off for me. Um,
Right.
yeah, and then I want to be able to trust you. I want to feel
Right.
safe. You know,
Mm.
yeah. So for those things, and again, I can agree. Like Keisha said, addictions to pornography and just different things. My whole goal is to serve God with Him. You know, not for us to be in two separate places. If we're
Right.
coming together, my whole goal for us is to serve Him and to do this thing right. So if he's not right, I just rather he not come at all. I'm just gonna be honest. So yeah.
Mm. That's good. That's good. Queen Kimberly, what is your pet peeve and what is your deal breaker?
It's the same as the other ladies. I mean, when you asked the question, that's the very first thing that came in my mind is I cannot have someone that's a liar. And that's
Mm.
just in life in general. That you can't be my friend. You can't be in my circle at all if you're a liar. Because just like you said,
Right.
I can't trust you. Okay, I
Mm.
just can't. So that right there is a deal breaker. Like, and I think sometimes, there's a thin line between, well, I won't say it's a thin line, but communication is key. Because maybe that person is not lying, or maybe it
Right.
seemed like they lied because they didn't communicate the information to you. So that's when you have to have an understanding. Like, look, if something comes up or something happens, you need to communicate that with me.
Right.
Don't just assume, or either I can't trust that you'll do what you say you're gonna do. I can't trust your word. So you need to be a man of your word. That's another
Come
one. You need to be
on.
a man of your word.
Right.
If you say you're gonna do something, I need you to do it. Because if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm
Mm,
gonna do it. So
right.
the expectation is there for you to be a man of your word.
Right. I like that. I like that. Queen Molly, talk to us.
Like I said earlier, pet peeve is not having, things before me in order. Like I need that
Mm-hmm.
everything to be in order, whatever came before me. Um, like the other lady said, they have to be honest. Like that's liars is like a big no for me. But I don't really have too many pet peeves because I understand that they're not going to come all the way like together. So I have a different grace for whoever my husband is or whoever I'm to
Mm-hmm.
date or with. I have a different grace for them because I understand that I have an idea of what he might carry, and I know that
Right.
I'm called to pray for him, and I know that if I'm praying for this thing, like I can change anything, as an intercessor. So I don't want to put like what I won't deal with, what I will do it, because we never. Me personally, from life experiences, I don't know what he's coming with. Like he might just tell little white lies, you know what I'm saying? But God might say that's my husband, and I might have to pray that lying spirit up off of him.
Ooh,
He
come
just might
on.
say, he might say that, whisper, and Holy Spirit might whisper to me like, when you're not around, he might, you know what I'm saying, be looking at stuff he ain't got no looking at. I'm going to pray, as an intercessor, as his helpmate. I'm going to pray that thing up off of him. You understand? I feel like I have a lot of power, and I'm not going to like
Mm,
put my power down. Like I have a lot of power within me, and I'm not saying I'm going to deal with anything either. And let's just
mm-hmm.
make that clear. I'm not dealing with anything, but I just don't want to say, because it's funny enough that anytime I say I'm not, what's a pet peeve for me, I end up having to deal with that to some capacity, right? I always say, God,
Uh-huh.
I need that. And then he'll bring me somebody. Not saying that he might be my man or somebody, but just as an assignment to show me that I don't belong to me. I have a job to do,
Mm,
and then I'm here to serve him. So whatever he want to do, but my pet peeve is that I'm a woman. I love women, and don't come here trying to make me hate no other woman or be jealous of no other woman. I am a girl's girl. I'm listen. We together. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking out for her as well as I'm looking out for myself. So I need him to understand that I'm called to women, and that's just a pet peeve for me.
my goodness. I love it. Like all these answers were great. Y'all queens, y'all have really just did it for me on tonight. We have enjoyed ourselves. I enjoyed you all. I've enjoyed all of y'all answers. And y'all, I have so many questions for you. I have so many questions for you all. But I've thoroughly enjoyed you all. I've enjoyed the guests on tonight. So for those of you that came out and that shared, and if you have not shared, please share on your Facebook page, share this video, share this live. Go on YouTube and follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channels, because guess what? Not only are we going to have these queens, some of them may be returning back on Nubian Queen Talk Show, on the single show. They may be returning back as guests. If y'all like them, enjoy them, let me know so we can have them to come back on the show. And as well as we have our kings coming up, y'all. Y'all need to be ready for them kings to come through on the 31st of May. Y'all, they're going to kick off Father's Day. The queens kicked off Mother's Day, representing the women. Did they not represent on tonight? Y'all talk to me. Let me know these queens represent on tonight. Did y'all enjoy these queens? Yes, 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 yes. I enjoy them so much. This has been a blessing that God has given me for these singles, y'all, to give the singles a voice and for them to talk and it's listen, and what they're saying is their own personal experience. They're not professionals, but this is their own transparent moment that they're having, just to have an opportunity to talk. Okay. And so for any one of you that would like to come on Nubian Queen Talk Show on the singles, and talk about your ideas, perspective, your opinions, that's what this is all about. and your own perspective. And that's what they were doing on tonight, just giving us their own perspective, their own opinions, and what they like and what they don't like. And did y'all like these ideas? Did y'all like what they were saying on tonight? I enjoyed them. Y'all, they was really giving me some jewels. They was really giving me some ideas. And it really also helped us as women. And what I was telling them before, I was like, queens, I was like, y'all are giving married women who are going getting a divorce or been in a bad relationship or divorced now, or women who are in relationships and they don't know how to go out and start dating. Like, y'all are really doing it. Y'all, these women came out on tonight and they represented, they look beautiful. And if I was a king, I would definitely date them. I would definitely be trying to take them out, and I wouldn't know what to say. She said, yes, bring them back. I would not know what to say. I really would not know what to say. These was absolutely beautiful, and they have their stuff together. And all of them are entrepreneurs. We have some of them that are actresses, entrepreneurs, big writers. Oh my goodness. They're authors. They have so many things. We have a makeup artist here. We have they're just doing so many great things. So I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Y'all make sure that y'all go on my Facebook page and y'all follow me. Y'all follow the queens that's right here. And also go on my YouTube channel on Nubian Queen Talk Show. Y'all got to go on there. Y'all got to subscribe. Find out how to get on there and subscribe, because we want to make sure that we get on here on the 31st of May and listen to these kings, because they are coming through just like these queens did. They are coming through on the 31st. And y'all know them kings, they're probably going to be a little nervous because, women, we communicators. But those kings, come on, we got to be out there. We got to give them, we got to talk to them, communicate. We got to ask questions, all that stuff. So I thoroughly enjoyed you all on tonight. This has been a whole blessing. So y'all audience, y'all have been good to me. And so thank you all. Thank you all for sharing. Thank you all for your comments. Thank you all for coming in, staying all the way into this time. And y'all give the hand claps to our guests on tonight. They did such an awesome job, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. And we must bring them back, and we will. And y'all got to definitely stay tuned, because we have some bigger things for the singles. So y'all singles, y'all got to stay coming through, because we have more to come. And then also, even during the weekday and other times besides the singles, I will be also having other guests to come. And I have a guest that's coming on. She's going up to be a judge in our county. So I'm going to have her coming on Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. And I'm going to be interviewing her. She has a powerful testimony to tell. So you all, thank you all for coming in on tonight. I love you all so much. And thank you, Queens. I thank you, Tiffany, Kimberly, Keisha, and Molly. Thank you all. Y'all did such an awesome job. I love you all. Until next time, I love you all. Take care of yourself. Peace and blessings.